Hey guys, Christian Maddox PGA here, and today we're back with the second round of the first episode or first tournament of the PGA Tour Cut Series. If you missed round one, go take a look. That was on the South Course at Torrey Pines. We shot -1 and currently sit right on the cut line after day one. We're going to need a low one today. Yeah, as I mentioned in the first video, last year with the weather, it was blowing pretty good. Course firmed up. The cut was +2. So if this was last year, we're sitting right inside, comfortably inside the cut line by a few shots. As you can see with the wind this year, there is not a breath of it as we're playing live conditions. And we need a low one today to make the cut. I am recording this the day, or doing the audio the day after the second round, so I know where the cut line finishes up, and the cut line finishes up at -3. It was sitting at 2 for most of the day, moved to -3 at the end, so that's where we need to get to. Shot 1 under on the first round, and so that birdie on 1 is huge. We get to -1 for the round, -2 total, 1 outside the cut line. Not to spoil anything, but this is the North course. This is the easier course, so it's definitely out there. We shot 1 under on the harder side, but this is going to be a day of missed opportunities and great shots that could have gone a little bit differently. We still play a great round of golf, and we're going to be teetering on that cut line the whole day, and we'll see if we can make it. So, very excited about this. As I said in the first video, cool series just to keep everything rolling, get some halfway semi-competitive hacks, and there's, as you can see, everything is recorded with the swings. Everything's timed up. Found a way to do that with my laptop, so that makes it super cool. I mean, on the Garmin you can take mulligans and stuff, but I don't take a single mulligan. Everything is played out as it really would be tournament wise. So just whiffed a 5-iron there, left it way out, and immediately we're in danger of giving back that birdie we made on 1, which would not be good. And as a matter of fact, we hit that pitch long, and we fall back to even, which is unfortunate. Now we're having to pick up 2 to get into that. The next tournament after this will be the Waste Management Open in Scottsdale. Excited to get that one going, and very excited just to see how this series comes out. As I spoke about it, expectations, the way that we're looking after that the first round, or going into the first round. I said in the first video I'd like to make half the cuts. Sim golf obviously has its advantages and disadvantages. But, short game, you don't have to read the lies. Short game is easier. It's just judging the distance on the R10. Putting, obviously, you hit it inside the 1-putt zone. It is small, but you don't have to make any putts, and you don't have to worry about 3-putt and the ones inside the 2-putt range. Great swing there, 240-yard par 3, and we stick it just inside the 2-putt zone for a par. Really needed that one. Couldn't afford to get over par on the round. But again, there, if we're talking real-life expectations, anything on the green there would have been very solid. And obviously, if you hit it outside the 2-putt zone, even though it's on the green, it's a 3-putt. So you're not the biggest green, and I probably wouldn't 3-putt from there in real life. But, that's just the way simulator golf goes. You got goods and you got bads. Got a little bit bigger greens on the North course, as you can see. You're in danger of having some 3-putts. So, it's really about your ball striking and how consistent you can be. This new update with the Garmin R10 is much more consistent, and the physics are much more real compared to the arcadey version that was before. So very excited about that. And just to take a quick moment out, after a great drive there, 287, really hit that one well on 4. But just to take a moment out, we are doing and I just paused it there just to make sure that I was recording. I wouldn't want to get to hole 4 and not have it captured any of the previous shots or swings. We are doing a hole-in-one series, both on, and those are getting posted on both YouTube and TikTok. Man, great swing right here. Probably a 6-iron from 190 and just hit it right over the stick. Great swing. Have to settle for a 2-putt. Still solid pars. Pars aren't going to hurt you, but we need to pick up some birdies. But yeah, doing a hole-in-one series on the 12th at Augusta, and that's getting posted daily. Very excited about that. Just a fun series. See how quick I can make a 1 on the simulator. I don't expect it to take crazy long, but it's definitely not easy. I only hit 5 shots a day. It's not like most other series where I add a shot for each day. I don't necessarily always have that time in between lessons and playing actual golf. Just very fortunate that it's been pretty cold here and not so nice. So I've had some time in between lessons on the simulator to get some sim golf in and some recording done. Another bomb there. Hit that one really good. That's just my kind of stock shot, just a baby fade. But yeah, go check that out. Those are awesome. Going to be doing that. And when I do make a 1, whenever it comes on the 12th at Augusta, we're going to be moving on to trying to hole-in-one a drivable par 4 at the course that I teach at here. The clubs are pressing with the Creek course in Dallas. So 270-yard hole, island green. Going to be super awesome. I think that's a great... definitely something that's hard to do, make a 1. You know, I drive the green in real life all the time. Been pretty close, been a foot away. And I play a fair amount of golf, so I go for it every time. But it's a fun challenge, something very fun to do. So here we got to get up and down, 19 yards from the bunker, and you see we got a misread on the R10 there. Sometimes it doesn't pick up these chip shots. Also, I think it's because where I have the lights placed, I had the lights behind me, and you can see it creates a little bit of a shadow there on the screen. So got to find a different outlet or get an extension cord for this so that I can run the lights a little bit further over. But for now, we're just going to have to settle with, pitch shots not reading right away. And as you can see right there, unfortunate, just finds its way outside of the 1-putt circle. And we make a par on a par 5 there, which need to make birdies there, especially when we get close to them in 2. There's holes on this north course that you got to take advantage of, and that's just the first of a few near misses. We've hit a few quality golf shots, gotten close to it, and just didn't quite do what we needed to do there. So you can see here another straight one, just a baby pull. Sometimes it fades, sometimes it doesn't. Got a good break here and just staying out of the bunker. The difference in percentage from the bunker to the rough is pretty substantial in the new update. 5% taken off or out of the rough, which most courses is probably pretty correct. Torrey Pines, I'm definitely getting an advantage there because the rough is very penal. Bunker, it takes 20% off, which, you don't want to find the bunker because that's an extra 2 clubs maybe. But going to hit a great shot here, almost make it. You can see the reaction there. Hands on the head. I thought I did for a second. Reminiscent of the wedge that I hold out in the first episode. So we're going to make a birdie there. Get us back to 1 under par. Especially after that missed opportunity at the par 5. We had the opportunity to be 2 under where we needed to be for the cut line. So currently we sit 1 shot out. Another hole we need to take advantage of here. Not really drivable, not for me. But short par 4, we're going to have another chip. And unfortunately, we don't find the fairway here, so don't get a ton of rollout. But could have got that pretty close. Now we're left with this, 50-yard wedge in between. And usually these are pretty good. And unfortunately, I'm unable to capitalize here. Just comes up short, checks up out of the rough, and another missed opportunity on a hole that you really got to take advantage of, and the people in real life are definitely taking advantage of. If you look at the scores, uncharacteristically low scores at this year's Farmers Insurance Open. You see Justin Rose shot the 36-hole scoring record by 2 shots, just playing unbelievable golf to be 17 under, almost birdie or under par score every other hole. Through the first 2 rounds at these 2 courses is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's playing some fantastic golf. So, long par 3 here. And just, unfortunate. Just missed a 5-iron just a little bit, didn't catch it flush, and a quality golf shot from 210 yards is going to hit the green, but because of the way the sim works, can't hate it, can't love it. 3-putt there, and now we got some work to do. We're sitting currently, I believe, it even for 2 rounds, 1 over on this round, maybe even for this round. We'll see here in a second. Yeah, even for this round, back to 2 shots outside the cut line. This is our 9th hole. Got to get something going. Hitting quality shots, just unlucky at this point. So there's that fade. Overfading a little bit much. Again, I was hitting it pretty good this round. Definitely loosened up and hitting it further. That's a pretty stock tee shot for me, not uncommon. Unfortunately, missed the fairway and unable to get closer here. As if we were, 10 or 15 yards closer, we could potentially get, and not out of the rough, we could potentially hit this par 5 and 2. As I said in the previous video, hitting some poles with this 3-wood, it's not cutting back. A little bit of that might be the simulator. A lot of it is definitely user error. So now we got that, in between wedge shot, 55 yards, playing 60 or 58 with the 5%. And we really got to be good on these wedge shots. 2 putts isn't going to be good enough. And we hit a quality shot there and just ekes out of the 1-putt range into the 2-putt range. Another missed opportunity. Really golfing my ball well. Had a few unfortunate bogeys, had a few unfortunate pars. We really could be, 3, 4, potentially 5 under on this round, and somehow we found ourselves back at even par. Another hole here, hole 10, halfway reachable par 5. If I hit a good drive out there, it definitely could be reachable with a good 3-wood, but, reached back, tried to give it a little extra. You can see carried it far, but just in the rough, and with that little bit of power loss, it's going to take a lot to get in. We got 250 out of the rough. It is down 9, which is going to help, but just need a quality shot here. We hit it pretty good. That's the fade I like to see. And unfortunately, just going to find the bunker, which makes that chip just a little bit more difficult judging the distance. Pretty stock chip if you're in the fairway or even in the rough with how it's going to come out. 20% of 16 is, only 3 yards, but it feels like you got to play it a little bit further than that. As you can see, didn't read on the first one. It's always a little bit tough when you feel like you hit it really good on the first one. And you can see there, just didn't give it enough. And again, missed opportunity there. You can see my reaction, a little bit disgusted. Just not what we're looking for. Another par when we need to make birdie on a gettable hole. Just not really acceptable. It is acceptable, especially for where I'm at. I'm a plus 3.5 right now, so, I'm definitely not anywhere near tour level. But I'm a pretty good golfer, and, I can score pretty decent. And, we're just leaving a little bit out there, just not completely tuned in. And that's okay. That'll happen. But as you can see here, another drive that just squeaks off the fairway. Not too mad about it at all. And we got a 70-yard wedge shot here. And it is playing about 70 yards. So hit a solid one. Looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So we pick up a much-needed birdie there. Much-needed birdie as we head towards the rest of the back 9. We got 7 left. 7 left. 12. And we got to get one more coming in to make this cut. The cut was teetering at -2. And, just kind of toppled at the end of the day to -3. Speaking of, Brooks Koepka makes that -3 number that -3 on the number. And here we just, just mishit it. I was going for a hard 6. Hard 6 is 190, and just missed it a little bit thin, dead on line, but you just uncharacteristic. And now we got to get up and down. And we're almost able to chip it in, so that's good. You can see the fist pump. Definitely needed that one. Now we really can't afford to give any more back. I mean, we can, but we're going to have to make a flurry of birdies coming in, sitting one outside the cut line. Back to a somewhat decent par 4, 455 yards. Driver's been a little bit off. Haven't really hit a fairway in a little bit. And same thing happens here. No, it does fade back a little bit, and we do get a nice kick, kind of bumper from the edge of the fairway. So we hit that one about 284 down the left edge, and we got a smooth 7-iron in from 175. We'll see what we can do with it, but got to start flagging some golf shots. Would like to be comfortably inside the number and not waiting for it, to move at the end of the day. And unfortunately hit this one solid. Just pulled it a touch off to the left. Perfect distance, almost 175. Yeah, 175 on the number. So distance control is good there. Just didn't get that little fade that I was looking for. Everything tends to, if I'm hitting it well, I like everything to just kind of, not a massive fade, but just fall to the right. And obviously that's a great miss on a golf course, but not going to do us any good here. So another 445-yard par 4, 14th, coming down to crunch time. Got to find one in the last 5 holes. And unfortunately, that's going to be off to the right. I was almost hoping there that we get a cart path bounce, get us a little bit closer up there. Instead, we're going to have some work at 180 yards. Playing down 8, but out of the rough, so it's going to about cancel out. I think I got 7-iron again. This series, I'm really looking forward to it. If you enjoy it in the slightest, please drop a like, comment, subscribe. That would be great. Another solid shot here. We get the cam. It looks like it might be in the 1-putt circle. And unfortunately, by a mere inches, you can see my reaction. Just finishes up at a 2-putt. I knew it was coming down to the wire. I knew the weather was going to be perfect. I knew I had to pick up probably 1. I was even thinking 2 more when I recorded this. I recorded this at the start of the second day. So I knew scores were going to get lower. I knew we were going to need it. And unfortunately, we've had quite a few that have just finished right on the edge. So it's still within reach. Got to make 1 in the last 4. But hitting some quality golf shots and not necessarily getting rewarded. And that's golf sometimes. As you can see, we've struck it pretty well. Driver's been a little iffy. Usually I drive it a little bit better, a little bit more in the fairway. But irons have been great so far, and we've had some unfortunate breaks. I think when it comes down to it, you'll see it, not to spoil anything, but I hit 15 greens at the end of the day. And you can see here, just misjudged how much downhill it was going to play. They said it was playing about 175 in real life. I hit that 179, comes up a little bit short. Don't know if I caught it all. Don't remember what club I had there. I think I had 6-iron, maybe 7. And we got another misread here. So really, really can't afford to give any back here. We're going to have to almost run the table. So this was a must. Not a must make, but a must get inside the 2-putt zone and or the 1-putt zone. And we did, barely snuck it in. So good break there, but again, had to have it. Coming down to crunch time. It's coming right down to the wire. You'd love to see it. I mean, ultimately, we're doing this for content. I'm doing this because I want to make some cuts, but we're doing this for content. And nothing better than being right on or 1 outside the cut line with 3 holes to play. This is what people come to see. So there's the cut there. And it just cut out because my phone actually ran out of storage, so I had to go. You can see I want to make sure that I'm recording here. I had to go back and delete some videos. Damn, iCloud gets me. But 133 in, playing up 8, plus the 5%. I'm just going to rip on a pitching wedge here. and see what we can do. Yeah, and as you can see, just maybe I misjudged it, didn't play enough club, hit a solid shot, but it just comes up in the 2-putt circle. And again, we make another par. Unfortunate, but now we're down to 2 holes. We gotta find at least one coming in. I thought I had to find 2, and this is a great hole to do it. 500-yard par 5. Absolutely need it. Must have. And unfortunately, another loose drive, healed that one, didn't carry as far, just didn't get it, missed it on the wrong part of the fairway, in the rough, lengthened the hole, just something when you got a gettable par 5, just something you can't do. And now instead of having 200 yards in, 210, we got 261 out of the rough, playing 275. And really tried to get after a 3-wood and just another massive pull. Not going to hurt us, but, just now we're left with that in-between wedge number, just kind of guessing, and it's starting to fall through our fingers. We know cut lines at -3, or we know now. I thought it could be at 3 or 4. Potentially 2, but I figured it would get to 3. And so we hit a great shot here. Just a touch long. Just missed it. Another par on just a hole that you got to take advantage of, that people are taking advantage of in real life. Koepka made eagle on it yesterday to get inside the cut line. And now it comes down to the 18th. You got a tough par 4. Didn't want to leave it to a hole like this. Didn't want to leave it to, any hole in general, but got to have it. We were going for it here. Swung pretty hard at that. Looks like it's going to find the fairway. That was a pretty decent ball. Wasn't my best, but 275 in the fairway. We're giving ourselves a chance. We're going to have a long iron here. Going to just rip a 5. And, got to have it. Make or break. This one's to make the cut in the first series, or in the first episode of the series. Good hard swing at it, and as you can see, it just overcut, and not only is it going to miss the 1-putt circle, it's going to miss the 2-putt circle as well. A solid shot in real life that I would take from 203, but a finishing bogey to close it, and we finish at 1 over, and we're going to miss the cut, which was at -3, or we finish it even 1 under for the 2 days, and we miss the cut at -3. I'll see you back next week for the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Like, comment, subscribe.